to my disappointment, it felt like CSK never turned up with the new captain Jadeja. I would not blame the captain. It's the batsman who let them down very badly.
Good evening. Hi. Welcome to our first episode of Straight Bat with Mr. Cricket UAE for the IPL season 2022. This is Gautam Bhattacharya of Gulf News. We have got with us Mr. Anis Sajan, and who today was in Bombay to watch the opening match of the new season, which ended up with KKR scoring a 6-wicket win over Chennai Super Kings. And also with me, I've got A.K. Satish, sports editor of Gulf News. Anis bhai, first up to you, how was it to see the crowd back after 2 seasons in India? And how was the feeling? I think you wanted to get a taste of it first up. That's why you had gone there.
Yeah, hello Gautam, hello Satish, and hello to all the beautiful people of Gulf. Yeah. You see, I definitely wanted to get the taste of the crowd coming back to the stadium. So I made up my mind that I'm going to go no matter what. Took the flight early morning. Took me 12 hours to reach from Dubai to Wankhede Stadium. But having said that, that's the passion of cricket we all have. And I finally made it. But to my disappointment, it felt like CSK never turned up with the new captain Jadeja. I would not blame the captain. It's the batsman who let them down very badly. And by the end of 11 overs, CSK were down and out 60 for 5. And finally, we saw probably the old clock turning with MS Dhoni. But in the end, it was too less a score to defend. And it was a cakewalk for KKR.
I'll come to you, Satish. I mean, what we saw, the Wankhede wicket lived up to its early reputation. The ball was simming. The spinners got a bit of bounce. And soon after Umesh Yadav struck, I mean, Chennai were always playing catch-up, but they kept on losing wickets. But do you see a kind of alarming signal in that? It's just the first game.
I think
you know what?
Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, Satish. What happened, Satish?
Gautam, traditionally Chennai has been a slow starters. So I don't see it any different even this season. But having said that, Chennai is also missing 2 of their main players, Moeen Ali and Deepak Chahar, of course. That makes it 8 among the 11 who played in the last final. But having said that, again, coming back to the Wankhede wicket, even though the Shreyas had some swing, the spinners had spin, it was also a very true wicket where it allows you to play your shots. I think the initial wickets and the wicket of, to be precise, the wicket of Uthappa and Ambati in quick succession, that actually put Chennai on the back foot. That's where the slide started, and it was too late for others to come and, especially Dhoni, to come and play that knock. Otherwise, it would have been under 100 was at one point of time Chennai was looking at as a target.
Yeah, coming back to Anis bhai, you see, I mean, you've got Chennai with Moeen Ali not playing this match, is still in the quarantine. You've got Ambati Rayudu and Robin Uthappa at 3 and 4 of Chennai Super Kings. I mean, do you think it's just carrying it a bit too far? I mean, does it open up that old question again that should MS come up in the order once again? I mean, maybe not at 3 and 4, but maybe at 5. Do you want to see a change in their batting order?
You can argue now, Gautam, by saying that MS should come up. But to be very honest, even he was at sea, because I saw the full game of CSK batting and MS just couldn't read. Neither he could read Varun, and against Naren, he was totally at sea. He just couldn't play the spinners well. It's only in the end overs where they hit 47 runs, where they ended up scoring 132. But yes, it doesn't look good with Robin Uthappa and Ambati Rayudu coming at 3 and 4. So probably they need a little bit of firepower with Moeen Ali coming in. We'll have to wait and watch. Again, as Satish mentioned, first games, Chennai are always a slow starters. Even though last year they were not. Last year they started well at Wankhede Stadium.
Yeah,
but
correct.
You'll have to give them the benefit of the doubt that this was the first game. But you know what? Other players have come to play too. Today, CSK, I felt, did not turn up at all. They looked a team which had just come on a holiday.
Right.
That was a case 2 years ago again when they played in UAE. That leg
Yes.
and the previously
I
also.
hope it doesn't carry on for a long time.
No,
True.
no. Yeah. I mean, it's an really early days. I mean, it's a new season. It's a completely different ball game. I mean, look at the pace bowling attack of Chennai. I mean, you've got Tushar Deshpande and Adam Mill. I mean, who did a fair job to start with, but they had so little runs to bowl at.
Correct.
They couldn't contain. But I'll come back to Satish a little here. That what do you think are the positives for KKR from this game?
I would say the Shreyas Iyer's captaincy is the biggest positive, number one. And second is, I think Bharat Harun has worked his magic as a bowling coach. We all know what he has done to the Indian team. So if you look at the bowlers were completely in total control of a good batting lineup like Chennai Super Kings. So that means they are playing to their full potential as a bowlers. And the other very interesting point is Ajinkya Rahane and Billings. They were probably Billings played one game last season and Rahane probably none. And they were the main scorers for Kolkata. Then that means that also speaks very highly of the team management of Kolkata, which has reposed faith in these players whom they have seen the talent or the skills in them, while picking only 3 foreign pros. That's another statement which Shreyas Iyer has made, which is a pretty good thing. So all these are positives for Kolkata, and I think they have started quite well and made amends for their loss in the final in Dubai. I think that was the biggest difference, like where the captain Owen Morgan was not scoring runs. Here, Shreyas Iyer was cool, composed, and he was there till the end, even though Rahane they lost in the end, and Billings also. So it was altogether quite a collective clinical performance from Kolkata.
Anish bhai, I mean, like you have captained teams at a different level. Now this guy Shreyas, I mean, I've always felt that looking ahead, he's one guy whom India could have even groomed for white ball captaincy. I mean, he's just about 27. Do you really see a future leader at a higher platform in him, or do you think it's still too early?
No, you hit the nail, Gautam. I'm glad you mentioned this point, because this was an ideal opportunity for BCCI to groom a young captain like MS did in Virat Kohli. Because you have got Rohit Sharma, with due respect to what he's achieved in IPL and to whatever he did now in the series against Sri Lanka and West Indies. But this was an ideal opportunity. I'm not saying just because Shreyas Iyer won today's match, but we have seen the way he confidently led Delhi to both the playoffs, and in fact, one final they lost to Mumbai. So this guy had all the potential. It's just that they needed to get that potential and give him that confidence. Now, what India is doing is India is waiting for 2 more years till Rohit Sharma passes on the baton, and that I believe India while are waiting for the next World Cup. That means you're talking about losing out in this T20 World Cup and 50 overs. They are desperate to win a World Cup. That's why they didn't want to take a chance.
Right. Yeah. Before winding up, one word from Anish bhai on the big game tomorrow. I mean, it's you've got the Delhi versus Mumbai game coming up. So your take on that?
Well, terrific game. It's going to happen in the heat of Mumbai. I saw the temperatures 35 degrees, hot and humid, happening at the Brabant Stadium. I will still favor Delhi just because of the firepower you have. But like Gautam always mentions, you can never rule out Mumbai. Mumbai and their home ground are always tough to beat. We'll have to see how they turn up at Brabant Stadium. But I will still, if I have to back a team, I'll back Delhi.
Just one word quickly from you on the 2 games tomorrow. Whom do you think? Who has the edge?
I still feel Mumbai didn't have that firepower, because I think they've spent a lot of money on one player, Ishan Kishan, in the auction. So I think, and again, Rohit Sharma, Surya Kumar Yadav, all these guys are not in a full flow. So going by that form, I would still love to back Delhi. But having said that, Mumbai is a dangerous proposition. So I would say it's a 60 or a 55-45 in favor of Delhi.
Right. Well, and before we wrap up, Anis bhai, if you can just speak about the incentives that our, our followers have on offer, about the
yes,
competition. Yeah, if you can
yes,
just wrap
this
it
is
up.
what all the lovely fans of Gulf News get to win by predicting the winner of every match. They get a complete kit, whereas they get a track, they get a T-shirt, as well as a cap from Gulf News and Mr. Cricket. And if you predict it right, 2 winners walk away with this beautiful kit. So please make sure to log on to your favorite page, Gulf News, and predict the winner in every day's game, this IPL, and be a winner.
That sounds awesome. On that note, we leave you and we'll be back tomorrow with the post-match chat. Log on to www.gulfnews.com as well as our newspaper to follow the IPL with us. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.